Hello, welcome to this lightning talk on geoserverx. My name is Krishna and I'm really excited to present this amazing modern Python tool to interact with GeoServer using REST API endpoints. We at GeoBeyond are working on this open source package to help lot of developers who interact with GeoServer on a daily basis. This package will provide multiple types of requests, provides flows and standard status codes. Now in this talk, we will see what exactly is geoserverx, why to use it, the layout of geoserverx, how to use it, and where exactly are we heading with this package. Now in a nutshell, this is simply a Python package which will take data from you, call the REST API from geoserver, go to the geoserver and get the data back. Now why exactly you want to use it? First and most important is sync and async support. In this modern world, most of these applications now want your package to deliver asynchronous support so that multiple requests can run parallelly. And in this package, we do have that. Second is standard results. You might have faced this issue is that sometimes working with GeoServer, the REST APIs might not give you the correct status or the results of your API endpoints. We are trying to solve this by creating a standard set of library for color codes, status codes and the results itself. Third is context manager. After using this, you will not have to worry about closing your GeoServer connection. It will initiate the connection, execute the requests and close the connection automatically. And we also provide command line interface support. That means you don't necessarily have to be in your Python file in order to execute this code. Now the layout. GeoServerx is a quite simple library. We are built on top of Python and we are using Poetry as our package and dependency manager. HTTPX is one of the core dependencies that we have for GeoServerx. We are using it as a replacement for requests to send the API calls. HTTPX also allowed us to create sync, async and context manager. We are using mkdocs for our documentation and specifically material theme. Under the dev dependencies, we are heavily relying on respx, which is a PyTest for HTTPX. Now let's see how to use geoserverx. Once it is installed by pip install geoserverx, you can start exploring the documentation to understand what are different endpoints out there. In this particular example, we are building a synchronous Python requests. Here we are simply initiating a client by passing the username, password and URL. If you don't pass it, we are using the default URL and username and password that GeoServer has. Then in the second line, we are creating a workspace. In the next line, we are getting the raster store in a particular workspace. In the next line, we are getting all styles. In the next line, we are creating a shapefile store with this zip known as archive.zip into the workspace tiger with the name as public_for. So as of now, we are supporting shapefile and geo package, but very soon we will be adding support for different types of vector packages. Similar to this, we can also create all these requests or execute all these requests using context manager. We will initiate our client and then we will do with my client as client. And all the methods that we have available for synchronous can also be used by asynchronous by simply importing a different class. Earlier we had sync geoserverx and now we have async geoserverx. Again, we also provide context support for that. Finally, command line interface is also useful. Once the package is installed and once the environment is up and running, you can simply do gsx -help and it will tell you all the commands available at this point of time. Here in this very simple example, we have gsx workspaces which will give us all the workspaces available in my GeoServer. Again, I can pass the URL, username and password in this command to get the data from a remote GeoServer. Now where exactly are we heading with this package? The very first job that we have in our hand is to convert all the REST APIs available for GeoServer into our package. This way, you can actually use it as a replacement to GeoServer REST endpoints. Next is better CLI design with commands and subcommands. This will allow user to create a flow in their command line itself. Third is allow user to use JSON for all APIs. Fourth is integrate with template for prefect flows. Finally, we are also working on creating some Swiss knife functionalities. These are going to be ready-made flows for you. If you have any doubts or if you want to talk to us, feel free to write us on the email IDs or meet Francesco, who is in Kosovo at this point of time. All the best for everyone who is attending FOSS4G, and I hope I will see you guys next year. Thank you.